What's going on, guys? Austin here. This video we're going to be taking a look at Week 10's hits and misses. On the quarterbacks this week, I hit 5 out of 9, which is about 56%. I hit on starting Sam Darnold. I hit on starting Jameis Winston. I said sit Derek Carr, said sit Jared Goff. I said sit Baker Mayfield. Baker, that one was a little bit of a miss. The definite miss was Daniel Jones. I said to sit him. He ended up having the 3 or 4 touchdowns, no interception game. Pretty big. I said start Jimmy Garoppolo. I thought he would do better against Seattle's defense, but Seattle's defense is starting to hit their stride, so pay attention to that moving forward. The running backs, I hit 8 out of 11, which is about 72 or 73%. I said start Damien Williams. I said start Josh Jacobs, Tevin Coleman. That one was kind of a hit. I said start Derrick Henry, Melvin Gordon. The one miss on that side was David Montgomery. Then for the sits, I said sit Devonta Freeman. I said sit David Johnson, Kenyon Drake, whoever was over there. I said sit Todd Gurley. And then I said sit Joe Mixon. Joe Mixon, on the one time that he decides to have a good game is the day that I say I think he's just going to get absolutely shut out. And he ended up having probably the best game of his career, honestly, up until this point. For the wide receivers, I did really well. Again, another 8 out of 11, 73%. I said Golden Tate, said Jarvis. I said sit Odell. I said sit DK, sit Kenny Golladay. They both had below their standards, but still decent games. I said start Larry, DJ, Keenan Allen. My only start that ended up not panning out was Calvin Ridley. I thought that game was going to be more of a higher scoring game than it ended up being. I said to sit Juju. I don't think he ended up even playing. And if he did, he didn't do much because I know there was questions going into the game. Going on to tight ends, I got 6 out of 10. I said to start Jack Doyle, said start Mark Andrews, even though the stats didn't bear that out. I even pulled out a guy who he'd been relatively quiet all season. I said start Kyle Rudolph, and Rudolph had himself a big day with the 2 touchdowns, the 2-point conversion, and several yards to add on to that. And then I said sit guys like Jimmy Graham. I missed on Greg Olsen and Gerald Everett though. I said to sit those guys. They ended up having better games than I would have expected normally from them, so there's that. And then when it comes to the defenses, I got 6 out of 8, solid 75%. I said to start Baltimore, start Green Bay, start Kansas City, who, even though Kansas City gave up a lot of points, they still had a pretty good defensive showing, at least for their standards. I said to start Cleveland. That didn't really work out well. I think they only ended up getting 2 fantasy points or something like that. But then I said you're going to want to sit Buffalo, you're going to want to sit the Giants, you're going to want to sit Carolina, and even sit Chicago at Detroit, or home against Detroit, rather, who I think they ended up getting 8 points, which is a decent fantasy day for a defense, but not great for Chicago. So there's that, and make sure to look out for Week 11's Booming and Busting videos.